You know you're passionate about something when A, you'll do it for free, and B, you can't wait till the sun comes up the next day so you can do it all over again. And that's Carly Coma, vocals.
Mike Keller, guitar player.
Grayson Hurd.
Yeah, this city is pretty intense. Me and Grayson got in the other night, and we're trying to figure out the transit system. So we didn't even get in until about 2 in the morning.
Have you been finding your way around, or are you just completely lost?
With this guy.
Yeah, I've been helping them.
Slowly getting the hang of it. So
they're running around like, what do I do with this thing they call the train?
We started this band, me and Grayson actually started the band in 2007 when we were in high school. And the band just, really has kind of developed into this, hard rock band with metal influence. And kind of, one of the bands that we took after a lot was Killswitch. And, they had a positive message. And that's kind of what we were going for as well, just to have a positive message, but with dark tones so that people can, hear it and identify with it.
Do you think it's important to have a positive message when there's maybe a lot of bands out there right now that have a lot of negativity?
I think it's important, especially because I think what we do is we establish that there is negativity, but then also like how to get around that and how to push through that. And I think that mixture is like something really important that people connect to a lot in music.
Yeah, we want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. We don't want to make it worse. And I think it's very, very important to show people, that there is a way out. Because if I know when I was in, like, let's say in a dark situation in my life, the friends that really helped me out were the ones that just kept on pushing me, like, don't give up, and we just kind of want to return the favor.
I think our writing style is everybody in the band writes. There's not one writer. Every song has a different feel, different spectrum of music, but it's got the Parkland sound. And the one compliment that we've gotten a lot on the new record is that it doesn't sound like anybody else. So what that is for everybody is going to be different, obviously. But we definitely think we have a new sound.
And you've been releasing a couple of tracks. Has the feedback been positive so far?
It's been very positive from the Park Lane fans, and we've picked up a lot of new fans as well. So
talk to us a little bit about Letters from the Fire.
Yeah, basically the title just represents all the trials and tribulations that the band has been through, all the trials and tribulations that our fans and our friends that have been through, and we put it to song, we put it to music, and I think that the single off the album, The Edge, I think really just really symbolizes everything in one shell, basically. And the song's basically about overcoming, when you get tempted to just end your life. And I've known people who've been in that situation, who have went through it, and people who haven't. And so the song really resonates with me. So I just sat there and I'm like, all right, I've been here before. What can I do to help the situation? Especially because we're living in the age of pills where everything could be solved with a pill. And I'm not knocking it because I do believe that there are some people who need it, but I do feel that it's being abused a little too much. Yeah.
And so people, especially young kids, are really dealing with that. What message would you want to say to them if they're really going through a hard time?
I just basically don't give up. Like, what they're going through is, for the most part, is normal. Like, hardship is a normal part of life. If it was just good, then life would be boring. And that's how you realize how good your life is, because you're comparing it with the hard stuff that you've been through. And those things that you've been through, they strengthen your character, they shape who you are. And the things that you've learned by going through that, you can use to help someone who's going through that down the road. You know what, I've been there. Let me tell you how I got out of it.
Which would you say are your favorite or the standout tracks?
My favorite track, called My Escape, which it's a little mysterious. It's about a personal thing that happened to me. It's a little occultic in nature, really crazy. I'm not going to go into detail because I do like the mysterious aspect of it. I wrote it from a personal point of view, but I don't want to explain it because I kind of want the listener to interpret it the way that they want to. But that's my favorite track on there.
Yeah, my personal favorite song is the last song on the record. It's called Resist. It's actually a song that Carly brought to us, and we interpreted it, and we wrote it based off of what he gave us, and it's just really dark, and it's probably one of the heavier songs on the record. Just really dark, and it gives me. I actually don't like to listen to it at night because it scares me. you know. But I think people are really gonna like it.
When you guys are on the road, you should just play it. And you guys are going out on the road, so are you excited for it? You're anxious?
I'm very excited, to be going out with these guys. It's going to be our first full tour together, and it's going out with a cool band, Fuel. And we're looking forward to see how the masses, how they take to Park Lane. I mean, we think the response is going to be great. Because I think so. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think so. Let me go out because we suck.
Could be false advertisement.
Exactly.
And what are some things you're making sure you pack, like your touring essentials?
Let's see. Like, don't forget your toothbrush. Try to bring a towel, especially because, like, sometimes you're right, and you're gonna be in a situation where you're gonna need it, and you're not gonna have it. So just like remembering those little things, I guess. So.
Lots of underwear.
Yeah.
Lots of clean underwear. Socks are huge, very huge.
You can wear the same pair of jeans throughout a whole tour as long as they're black. No one would even know. Like, he's so rock and roll. He wears all black all day. I'm like, that's because I don't have anything.
That makes it even more rock and roll.
Exactly. It's so dirty. No, but definitely, socks, box shorts, toothbrush, floss. You gotta floss. I think this tells me.
Also gotta brush your tongue.
Exactly. DVDs, I have to bring certain things that's gonna kind of remind me of home. So I'll have like my little movies or Seinfeld episodes or whatever. I'm a huge Seinfeld. Sweet.
And is it a van or a tour bus?
It's actually in between a van and a tour bus. We have a Sprinter van, which is cool. It's got an Xbox and a TV and all that stuff. So we're a little spoiled in that sense. But no, it's.
We're trying to install a sink, but we're having issues with it. Plumbing.
And
I mean, for me and Grayson, we've been writing this record for the last year and a half. We had a different singer before, and so we're just ready to drop this thing finally so that we can move on with our lives. But no, we're really excited, and we're really just happy that we're going to be able to put it out in front of more people than we would have before.
I'm from Brooklyn, but I will say I'm stoked.
Yes.
Just the different cultures. I think that's one of the great things about living here, just the diversity. You can walk in any direction and just find a different group of people.
Or get lost.
Or get lost. I'm the tour guide. But I just love the different foods and just you're hearing the different stories, of the things that people have been through on the other sides of the world, and and how they view New York and how they view America, and that will influence you. You know what I mean? And just listening, one of the great things I love about walking, let's say going to the Village or just walking in, let's say, Park Slope or Williamsburg, is you could walk past a rock club, then you walk past a jazz club, then a Latin club, and you just get influenced by all these different types of music. California still has the same thing. I do love California.
But do you love coming to New York since you have the pizza and everything?
I mean, to me, pizza's pizza. It's not my favorite food. It's not my favorite food.
No, but we're gonna have the.
Besides,
pizza's not pizza.
Besides the transit confusion, I mean, it's an amazing city, and me and Grace were on the plane, like, oh my God, look at those buildings, and I mean, we have San Francisco, and it's not as crazy, but no, I mean, I've had a good time here so far, and I look forward to coming back on tour.
I'm with you on the whole pizza thing.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Benoni Gardens.
For the record, we haven't had pizza.
I know. That's why the fact that he said that insulted me, and I think I deserve an apology. It's
like, let's go, man.
It's like you just spit in my face. You
have to take him for pizza after this, because Michael Rosen really pushed you. Mm-hmm. What did you gain from that?
He had me, I've been writing lyrics for like a long time, and sometimes I would have a habit of getting a little mysterious and thinking that everyone would know what I was talking about. And I remember I think he was looking at the edge and he was looking at the second verse. He goes, "This is cool, but what are you saying?" he goes, "Well, I'm bringing in serpents and wolves, man." And he's like, "That's great, but he said, you have to think about the kid who's sitting in the room, who's contemplating ending his life. Do you want him to try to figure this puzzle out, or do you want him to know right away?" I'm like, I'm like, you're right.
So he really got inside your head.
So, and that's the thing. That's the great thing about working with different producers. Like, you always learn something different. And to me, you haven't really found a great producer unless you want to choke him.
Just in general, like, from our EP to this record, it was a lot of, I don't know, like, just like there was a lot more metal influence, I would say, and he just helped us hone the writing down to a more focused area.
Do you remember your first impressions of each other?
Oh, I thought first impressions. I thought these guys were pretty cool, and we started laughing right away. And the thing is, when I got in the backseat of the car, they picked me up from the airport. I'm like, I need to know right away if these guys are on the same level as me, comedy-wise. So I said some really stupid jokes, and they were dying hysterical. I'm like, yes, all right, here we go. That's all I need. I'm cool.
When we kind of started talking over the phone, and we sent him some music, and I wanted to call him, and just kind of talk to him, besides email, and it was just I was laughing because. I'm not used to hearing a Brooklyn accent, and it just kind of threw me off. And then so when I got off the phone, I was like, ha. Kind of like, okay.
I just told the story in an interview, but I think I should share it again because, but like, I was doing the show with my old band, and the crowd was singing along, and I handed the microphone to a guy to sing, and he's singing the lyrics, and out of his mouth, I think it was corned beef, and it flies out of his mouth in slow motion, and my mouth was like, oh no, and right into my mouth, and needless to say, I started cringing on stage. I'm like, okay, calm down, you go see the doctor, show's almost over, don't worry about it, drink lots of water, so to me, that was embarrassing and gross at the same time, so.
In the beginning, what made you guys want to become professional musicians?
Personally, my parents would take me to Montalvo Winery in San Jose, just seeing Huey Lewis and Manhattan Transfer and all those groups. But for me, it was when I went to the Linkin Park Meteor World Tour, and I came out of that concert saying that is what I want to do, and I'm gonna make it happen. And I think our stories might be similar.
Yeah, actually, my dad tried to get me into guitar when I was young, and I hated it, and I just didn't want anything to do with it, and I didn't start really getting into music till probably about 8th grade. I started listening to Metallica, and I ended up actually getting really into piano. I love piano, and then I went to a Metallica concert, and you see Kirk Hammett up there, and he just points at the crowd, and 30,000 people would go, whoa, and I was like, wow, the power of music is just insane, and I was like, I want to do that. And so I've been doing it since.
Listening to the Michael Jackson Thriller album. That's right. I said it. And Metallica and Iron Maiden. I'm like, man, I want to do this.
That's an interesting combination.
I listen to everything. Don't let me throw in Duran Duran. That might be too weird. And I got backstage passes to go see Linkin Park and System of a Down because stage, and I'm hearing 16,000 people sing one chorus. I looked. I'm like, oh. So this is what it's about.
Pretty much just the tour right now,
Pretty much touring. We're solidifying management and planning more tours. Focusing on social media, focusing on publicity, and focusing on writing, for the new album. We don't stop. It's like, all right, great. The fact the album was still being mastered, and these guys are already sending me music. I'm like, man, give me it off, We just finished. Hey, Carl, I got a new song. I'm like, all right. I got another one. I'm like, okay.
So you guys never stop working?
It does not.
Love for them to all be used, but I think one of the biggest things is we asked Carly, does this resonate with you? Because we don't want him to write something that. Write to a song that he's not feeling, and if he doesn't feel, it's like, okay, we'll either switch it up, change it up, or we'll just move on to a new idea.
It's funny because when Mike would call me up, hey Carl, did you write to this song yet? And I didn't want to think I was some kind of weird hippie. I go, I'm gonna write to the song that speaks to me first. and I just heard crickets on the other line. He goes, hey, this dude's weird. He goes, I want the song to talk to me.
Yeah, well, it's funny because Carly's been doing this a lot longer than me, and I'm on the other side of the phone, and I'm just like, okay. Who am I to tell him what to do? So I'm just like, all right, man. Well, what song's speaking to you right now? Because I kind of want to get a little bit. I'm
like, well, who is that? Yeah. Well, that's Mirrors. I'll be right with you.
I want to get a little more of a kind of feel, what song I should expect.
You probably should have done a background check or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, he was like, I have a wife and a kid. I'm like,
okay.
Okay, so. Okay, yeah. Okay, exactly. You should be safe.
Yeah, exactly. It should be nuts. And sometimes, I hunt squirrels and stuff.
And anything.
Since Parkland started, it's all been about all the fans. It's what we write for, and we're really close with a lot of the fans that we've gained over the last couple of years. Before Carly, and we're always there to talk. And we run our own Facebook, our own MySpace, and all that stuff, and that's really a big thing for us is the fans.